Thank you for your interest in the RightStar PKI connector for Remedy. My name is Herb Lamb. I'm a senior developer at RightStar Systems. Today I'll be showing a brief presentation that describes what the PKI connector is, the requirements to install it, and some of its benefits. The PKI connector for Remedy is a single sign-on solution for Remedy that utilizes PKI certificates to manage authentication. It is compatible with Common Access Cards, or CAC, by way of the certificates associated with the user's cards. The PKI connector is currently available for Remedy Mid-Tier, BSM Dashboards, and Analytics for BSM. Now let's look at some of the benefits. If your users are already familiar with using PKI certificates or CAC cards to access secure websites, they will immediately know how to use the PKI connector. It's easy to install and configure, typically requiring less than 4 hours. Unlike other SSO solutions, the PKI connector does not require an additional user database. Instead, it utilizes the existing Remedy user module. Since it uses the existing Remedy and mid-tier architectures, it does not require any additional hardware. Now let's talk about some of the requirements of the PKI connector. It requires Remedy 6.3 or higher. It is available for all of the supported Remedy operating systems, including Windows, Linux, HPUX, AIX, and Solaris. The Remedy application server should have the Remedy API installed, along with the Area Hub plugin server. The mid-tier server requires Sun JDK 1.6 or Java 6, in addition to the base mid-tier installation. The primary web server for mid-tier should also be configured to accept or want client certificates. The PKI connector utilizes the AR external authentication functions of the Remedy API. It is a client-server solution. The primary authentication library is installed on the Remedy application server, and the client libraries are written in Java or C and then installed on the client applications. This solution utilizes the certificate management capabilities of the existing web server to handle the basic validation functions. Here's a brief overview of how the procedure works. When a user navigates to the Remedy client application, they are asked to select a certificate to use for authentication. The web server validates that certificate. The PKI connector then extracts user information from the certificate. It then validates whether the user is a valid Remedy user. If so, the user is presented with their Remedy homepage or the appropriate homepage for the client application they're connecting to. If not, the system determines whether guest access is permitted. If so, the system will display the Remedy guest user page. If not, the user will be redirected to the default login page for the application. Here's a brief example of how the PKI connector works. The user will open his or her browser. If they're using a CAC card, they may be presented with a PIN or where a PIN is requested to access the browser. Then they'll simply navigate to the URL for the appropriate Remedy application. In this case, we're looking at a mid-tier system. You'll see that once I connect, the system will prompt me for a certificate to use. Here I'm choosing a certificate that's linked to the demo user inside of Remedy. And you'll see the system has taken me to my default login page. And that's basically how the application works. Thank you for your time today. If you are interested in the PKI connector for Remedy, please contact a RightStar Federal Sales Representative to receive a free 30-day trial license or to have any additional questions answered. Thanks again for your interest in the PKI connector for Remedy, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.